Again, we're gonna start off there. Okay, for those who just tuning in or just tuning in where we at, a mandatory date with us is that of August 30th, y'all. Again, August 30th. This would be this year. This year would be the 75th birthday of Chairman Fred Hampton, had he not been assassinated by the federal government December the 4th, 1969, along with the defense head of Mod Cloud. My brother MC Supernatural, y'all heard y'all check him out. He done broke he done doing a on the freestyle and you name it. We gotta get you up here one year to host the annual Chairman Fred Streets Party, brother. MC Supernatural, my brother. Right on. You see my voice kind of gone. We've been moving and grooving. Show body in the building. Show body stuff up real bad. I talked to him that morning. And this brother, this is a phenomenal brother, man. He said, man, big bro, I feel bad gonna be able to make it. I said, no, you always damn spirit. He rocked that stage last year. He come and donate books to the Hampton House. He always covering down on what's happening in the streets. And though he was physically not able to be there this year, his brother always, in line with the work we doing, whatever you get the word to him, he touching down. You dig? You got to, Supernatural, you got to host something to him, man. This is a phenomenal street party, man. This is man, this is this is phenomenal. I can't believe I'm not even gonna answer. I'm not even going to it. So let me know if y'all can still hear me. Can make sure y'all hear me? I'm not even gonna, I'm not even answering the calls on this. If they don't know about 9, 6:30, 8:30 what's happening, man, blood to the horse's brow, woe to those who can't swim. Let me know if y'all can hear me still on Instagram. Can y'all hear me still? Let me know if y'all can hear me still. Can't hear me. I knew it. Can't hear me. I knew it. I'm going to cut off and come back on. This is what happens when people call in the phone. Okay, let's try this again. I'm working on being on time, working on who I struggle with, how I struggle. Like, I'll answer the phone. Hey, it's free of all, radio time. I'm trying to up the ante. I'm working on slowing down this coffee. You know what I'm saying? They told the ulcers and everything, you know what I'm saying? Since Naoki, she had sent me something natural. Okay, what do I got it? I start using that again. Man, let's get ready to get into it. I want to make sure our people can hear all over. On Instagram can hear that we loud. YouTube, it look kind of greenish. I don't know what's to that. Why it looks that way. I don't know what's going on here. Look kind of like greenish. The screen look kind of weird or something. We're not on Blog Talk Radio tonight, but you can call in Intellectual Radio 708-223-8953. 708-223-8953. If you want to call in with any comments, so feel free. Give me a heads up on comments you may be posting here on YouTube or Facebook, or on Instagram. Your thoughts, your sentiments, your feelings about this past August 30th. Fred Hampton was born August 30th, 1948. As a child, early on, the government and other entities were able to recognize his organizing capabilities. We told it a number of times. I don't think you can tell it enough times, but he was subsequently assassinated. I hate to go straight to the chase with that because definitely want to make sure we add in the different dynamics of his life, who he was, how he impacted the world, when I speak about it, I attempt to speak as objectively as I can. Like I say, you very rarely have ever heard me, if ever heard me, say that the government killed my father. You have heard me say that they said that the government assassinated Chairman Fred. He's deputy chairman of Illinois chapter of the Black Panther Party. He's a Black Panther Party, and what I'm saying, mind, body, and soul. Every year, uh, jointly, the Black Panther Party Cubs, Prisoners Conscience Committee, December 4th Committee, which is headed under the direction of a co-engineer, formerly known as Deborah Johnson, one of the major jobs and obstacles that the December 4th Committee has to do is to make clear and maintain what occurred December 4th. And some people say, well, that's a given that Chairman Fred and Lamar Clark were assassinated. But the reality is, it's not a given. You got, what I'm saying, it's a constant attempt to co-op legacies, co-op, history, so on and so forth. So that's so make sure we cross some T's and dot them I's. There have been occasions on and two major dates with us, August 30th and December 4th. It's kind of like the seriousness that we take is like how the Savior's Day with Nation of Islam, or I mean, people in the Christian community look at Easter Sunday, So these are two major dates with us, August 30th and December 4th. There have been occasions in which we've been out there, in the freezing cold and snow, deep snow, just myself and Mother Comrade, just us, what I'm saying, but still they're holding the line. There have been occasions inside the prison camps at 12 o'clock on these dates. I was isolation in prison. I was salation in prison. I was stopped when I'm doing the clenched fist salute. There are occasions on December 4th where brothers, have in Centralia prison have got up out of class in the schools and just walked out, just stood up with their fist in the air. And the consistency of this, of a regiment to be disciplined and the central and do it on 12 o'clock Central Time. So wherever you're at, you might say, well, some people might say, well, I'm in Philadelphia, it's a different time zone. I'm in California, different time zone. But that dynamic of acknowledging time right back into that 12 o'clock Central Time, high noon, that discipline. And I mentioned before that even something that I noticed, and I was reminded 2 nights ago also, I had to go back with other comrades, and I was tired. We've been moving, and I woke. And I got a few hours, and I came downstairs and I asked, I said, "Ooh," I said, "Man, what time? What time is it?" And she looked around for the watch, and she said, "It's 4:39 in the morning." And after the movie Judas and Black Messiah, we talked about how we both recognize, like, throughout our life, and we never made the connection with each other, that we still to this day wake up at 4:30 a.m. in the morning. 4:30 a.m. in the morning. The dynamics of trauma, the dynamics of what indent or impacts your brain, your heart, And I tell you, we adapt so well. We keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? We store it somewhere else. I want to thank the people. I want to thank the comrades to be able to have a release. And to be at a conscious level that's being heightened. That we had these conversations. I was discussing the other day with someone about the situation, the struggles that Tupac had. I think the movie was a Minister Society, where it was proposed to him that he would play a person that was a gangbanger / Muslim, and a lot of people couldn't understand his passion and struggles with not doing that. And the struggle for clarity, structure. A lot of people say, well, it doesn't make a difference. Just do it in the movie, whatever. And even when Pac was, a lot of people say, well, Pac, he came at a certain age. He was, seeking, he was looking for organizations or gangs, whatever the case may be, what they try to say. The deal is that dynamic. To be an offspring of someone that was part of an organization that put it all on the line. That just doesn't cut off after one generation. That impact with you. It's intense to the point that I can't recall under whose tenure one period of time it was in South Korea. I can't say if these individuals were progressive or counter-revolutionary, whatever the case. But the deal was that they had a policy that if a person did something or engaged in some actions, they would imprison them, and they would imprison them for 3 generations. They would take them and say, okay, now we're going to hold you, your child, and your grandchildren to weed up out of what's embedded in them. And I've struggled, saying like, throughout my life, just to have certain conversations, and it impacts you. And you have to be. I said on the movies, as I said on the movie set of Jews and the Black Messiah, it's more in depth, it's more intense to be that of a revolutionary organization, something that really. There are some things that you have to go to the graveyard with. There are certain conversations that you can have, and certain conversations that people are not able to relate to. I constantly come into contact with people. Oh, I understand. I know. I know. As opposed to like a humbleness when you say someone's talking about a certain respective religion or a certain job or occupation and how we do this. There's a humbleness that comes with it. And this is a climate now that certain discussions are able to be had. We not set. As Minister European said, the revolutionary is never satisfied, but certain conversations are able to be had, and the timing to be able to, I'd be so well, is it official now? We opposition is beneficial. The Chairman Fred, date, but the leaps and bounds, to further heighten contradictions. You have, Fred, date, but the leaps and bounds, to further heighten contradictions. You have, I think Chicago is the city in the country, that had a presiding mayor of Chicago. In fact, the day before election, was a guest on Freedom Radio, Mayor Johnson. Right there, and and I say right there at ground zero to acknowledge that, not in City Hall. And you go back and look at some of the past struggles we've had just by even mentioning the name of Chairman Fred in certain arenas. You go back and look at 2004. Go back and look at 1991. There was an attempt to have a Chairman Fred Hampton Day. You know what I'm saying? So timing. All this is important. Mayor of Maywood, where Chairman Fred grew up at, to have this seal, Mayor Booker with the seal. And they had the vote in Maywood with the trustees, all and it's these different forces, the vote, to even have discussion before you go to the vote about some things that are happening in regards to swimming pool. This is something that people have, that we welcome contradiction, we welcome the conversation. And in many cases, people, it's like a Southern secret. Like just don't even say the name, don't even mention it. And it's therapeutic, and it's necessary to heighten. You can listen closely. Some people some people can't even say chairman, even though I made a comment I was speaking the other day. I said this is legal now. The mayor said, Hollywood has said, So these are in times in which we get heightened contradictions. To the forces that came from all over, who was there? Again, I said prior to the street party, make sure y'all. So Beach X in the building right on Fred Mall. It was great to see you. Know that about it. Yes, indeed. Forces came. Uncle Bobby, so many other forces came out. And I was back-to-back surprises. It was not a case of one surprise, but it was a charge up. You had the cases of Mike Brown Jr. Who I just spoke 9 years after his murder. Mike Brown Sr., his family, his wife, they come in when they came in. Jacob Blake, whose son was shot 7 times in Wisconsin by the police. The auntie of Breonna Taylor. I got a call coming in right now. Y'all bear with me. Fremont. Hello? Who? Have a good day. Okay, yeah. Even for radio, you get the grand calls. Yes, indeed. Trustee Miguel Jones, respect, right on. Man, Fremont, respect. Great seeing you there. Middle National Building. Yesterday I see y'all. Commissioner Dave in the building, right on, y'all. Um, you had elected officials, you know what I'm saying? I really, I mean, from back to back. I'm gonna give you a rundown to the event. Oh, I was speaking to some of the families. Cortez Rice, son was murdered, Richfield, Minnesota. Um, Actually, we went to he came and we left that night after August 30th to go with his son was murdered, and they designated that as Jamari Rice Day of his son. Countless families, and those who couldn't be there physically. Um, so you know, saying Chantel Brooks, you had Dorothy Holmes. Let me get a rundown. Let me get a rundown. Um, some of those families I mentioned they couldn't be there physically, but they sent their regards and their sentiments. A lot of times in Chicago, it's not as intense as it used to be. A lot of people, those who grew up in Chicago, you know, it's a lot of, but Chicago in particular, this whole thing, the South Side, West Side, you know, when you go on the South Side, West Side. So I intentionally, and I hope this brother's listening, because he always, man, you are doing stuff on the West Side, you know, and so intentionally, we said we're going to make sure we balance this out. We're going to start off on the South Side, go, you know, step by step. The indigenous community, Sister Comrade Connell, who's sitting up, man, and Mickey and others who, man, they came on deck. I'm telling you, man, they who came last year, you know, showed up, you know, showed them, showed out. So I'm just doing. So I'll be jumping in mid sentences while I'm talking. I'm just thinking out loud when I'm talking to y'all. I haven't really sat down. I have not sat down really. I got a little out, a few hours of rest, but I've been too proletarian revolutionary intoxicated to be astronomically intimidated. I've been too high to people I'm talking to be shook up. This thing with man, this was it's ongoing, but I mean the time is his 75th birthday. So we said we're gonna go to the South Side, and we started off on the church, 6:30 Justine, 7:50 in the morning, 7:50 in the morning. Wow, and a lot of people made their jokes. Not jokes. I ain't gonna say that because it's kind of like degrading, but a lot of people they was cracking the chairman like, chairman, you gonna be somewhere at 7:50. You gonna be on time. So you know, it's all you know, and and the reason why we had it at 7:50 in the morning, to tie into his 75th birthday. So we're gonna drop so many peels and applesauce that you come and say, damn. So the free breakfast we plan to do. Not to mention this brother, I'm doing Rico Shy, Healthy Hood. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the support members of the Black Panther Party. Y'all stick with me. So we say the free breakfast is set to be that morning. It's free breakfast. We get there 7:50. If things last minute, we're supposed to get the food. You know what I'm saying? With the food, the church wasn't open, so we had to improvise. And this is something to be on your. We say get quick on your paws, quick on your feet. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, a lot of things are laid out for people. A lot of people talking about, well, we done this, we done, but it's under uncontested conditions. The Panther Party, I say this all humbleness. When you hear about the war stories of sisters literally having labor pains, still making breakfast, making eggs. This is real deal. This is not some sort of imaginary thing. That commitment. That commitment. I say, what was this? What was this? I should be having labor pains. You know what I'm saying? There we go. Can't make this up. I know I lost y'all on Instagram. I know I did. I can't wait to boy. Man, we gonna get this stuff set up so cold. It's gonna be just straight. Man. I know I lost my volume on this. I know I did. I know I did. I lost y'all on the volume, didn't I? Can y'all hear me still on Instagram? Let me know if y'all can hear me. If you're not, I gotta cut them and cut back in. When they call, they block something happens with the volume. Yeah. Okay, let me know. Can you still hear me? Can you hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me still. Be in your live video. No, give me a heads up. When is the elevation? Can you hear me? Can y'all still hear me on this? No sound. I knew it. Okay. I knew it. I knew it. Well, excuse me. Y'all bear with us. Bear with us 1 minute. I'll give a few minutes to get the other Instagram people back in. Because if people call in on the phone, that blocks up the sound. Fremont. Big Raz, welcome to Fremont Radio. Hold on 1 second. Give a few seconds to let people from Instagram get back in. Then come on with your question, your comment. 1 second. Stick with us 1 minute. I'll get people from Instagram get back in. While they coming in, I was gonna give you the detail of the tour. How the whole day went August 30th. We got a caller just tuned in, so you're gonna be loud. You on speakerphone, Big Rise. This brother here, we just came back from Father's Day, and we had just we was coming the other day. So I asked my mother Comrade how she's doing. I said she's good. I said her mobility is not as well, but her spirits are strong. I said we gonna give her a breather. We picking our moves with her. We had brought out August, December, okay, Father's Day, but it was something before that. That took a lot out of the father. That was a hell of a trip. And that was a hell of a. We went through some drama. The rental car. They played all type of games. We stopped, cut the van up on us, and she's like a trooper. And they battled out. Big brother, big sister. The forces helped. I know, and it was a rough one on her. Our transportation. Then I felt our nephew Captain P came back, aid and assist, made sure, man. He said we gotta get Mother Comrade back another way. So we flew her back in, but we try to pick our moves because ideally we want do everything, but you hold and control them silver bullets. You say okay, let's make it count, and we got down there. A lot of times, Tupac said something to the effect like, I can't handle. I'm just doubting. You know what I'm saying? Doubting. And a lot of times, especially in the revolutionary, you're doing moves, you can't lay it out. You know what I'm saying? Because you're fighting for a new system. You're fighting for it's coming out to Ernesto Che Guevara said, the new man, the new woman. You know what I'm saying? And you're doing that. And a lot of people need that template. They need that. Even if it's a slave template, even if it says, okay, we pick cotton for master at this time. So we pick the tobacco fields and we get the grits. A lot of people need that template. They can't move on no. You you fighting with the new ground. They can't. And I can't. And I tell it can devalue you. It can take away. Especially a visionary. A visionary. He had different forces around you. You fighting for this. And so a lot of times I don't take it for granted to have forces. So that we going down. We go to Louisiana where they shoot Chairman Fred's tombstone up every year. That alone, people say, "Whoa, hold on, Jack, you going where?" I'll be backing from that. And then I tell people, give me one instance where I dropped the ball with you, because the deal is, I'm willing to fall on the sword. I'm talking about some testimony, some brothers that came and spoke about my being locked up with me. And they said some stuff. They reminded me of some stuff. I said, damn, I ain't gotta tell my story. You know what I'm saying? I had not met this brother here who's on the call online with us. I met him through another brother who's a go-getter. You know what I'm saying? See, that's how you dialectical materialism. You pick up certain forces through other certain forces. You say, okay, I know this cat's solid. How you refer to this cat? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, in many cases, they say you resemble who you assemble. You resemble who you assemble with. So you pick. I tell you, the context clues be there. And we went on this trip, on this packed van. You know what I'm saying? That morning, you know what I'm saying, we get the van. And, I know it was hardship on Mother Comrade and others, though, you know what I'm saying, but the roll with that. And we'll see pictures and images, and this is not to take away. It's not this. There's no way to take away from such visionaries as Minister U.E.P. Newton, Chairman Fred Hampton, so many others. But these visionaries also the teamwork, the faith. You know what I'm saying? We call it Cub confidence. You follow what I'm saying? It can't. We fighting for the Hampton House, initially fighting for the Hampton House, and cats was around us now. And put this in context. Look at where we at. Look at the discussion they're talking about the Hampton House now all over the world. And you look back in retrospect on the different trivia, we may have been trivial, but with major thorns to halt the work of the Hampton, of this being chairman for Hampton Date. The major and minors that that people who couldn't even see. And I remember, and I told this one for us. I say I remember this movie Apocalypto. There was a scene that the indigenous community was there, and they had came and they slaughtered the colonialists or the other indigenous who I think was working with the colonialists. They they're on the wrong side of the question. They had came and they attacked the more progressive indigenous community. They were enslaving them, raping them, so on and so forth. And one young cat, I think Jaguar, I think was his name. So he was talking, and the older kid, he kept coming with this pessimism, no faith. And the young cat said, "You have to leave." And he said, "Why?" He said, "Your fear is contagious." We get down to Louisiana, man, to my man, the van stuck in mud, everything, man. Man, these brothers, man, to when they pull up, man, he touch down. Call him. They touching down. He go grab nephew, Capital P. They roll us down there. Man, we help us get the van out the mud. You know what I'm saying? Other forces secure. These are some of the, you go back and struggle. These are some of the dynamics of revolution, the dynamics of the people. And a lot of times, I can't talk to some cats because their experiences, it be so down in negativity. You know what I'm saying? Man, and the people they be around, they ain't gonna do nothing. It can drain you. And you know what I'm saying? And you faith in the people, man. And I'm saying, I'm not saying it's cliche-ish, you know what I'm saying? And just some abstract, airy, beanbag, incense, green juice sort of way. In a concrete, tangible sort of way. I'm telling you that, man, the people, and there's also and what that clarity of structure we have, there's so many things we can do. Big Roz, welcome to Free on My Radio, man.
Yes, sir. How you doing, bro?
I'm well in seeing my brother. I'm on. No. I'm still. We still riding half August 3rd, Chairman Fred's Street Park. We really ain't come down from the trip down to the cemetery to Chairman Fred's grave. It's like boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? It's a hell of a time. So people keep telling me I need to get some rest. I said I'm scared to slow down. It's like you cat coming down court with that Allen Iverson coming down court with that ball. And he like, listen, man, slow down. He like, man, you know what I'm saying? Man, you get the right forward, the right guard. Hey, run it. You know what I'm saying? But what's on your mind? What's on your heart, brother?
Man, just listening to what you were saying about Father's Day, man. A lot of cats would have, they probably would have shook in that environment.
Yeah.
Storm, a serious storm.
Yes.
Stuck in the mud in his backwoods.
I'm glad you see. I be forgetting a lot of stuff to detail. I'm so glad you a storm. See, all this important. The contested conditions. I forgot to mention that.
Yeah,
it was storming. Major storm. Backwoods, Louisiana. Man, nobody know where we at. Backwoods, man. Man, I'm glad you mentioned.
Yeah. My spirit didn't waver. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, we gonna make it work. Whatever it is, we got to deal with it. It was just like bad. People that's with you is with you. They ain't gonna waver. They ain't gonna shake at all. I'm with you, bro. Whatever, we gonna get through it.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. I'm glad you put that in context. The storm, everything, and that's you find out who you learn yourself. Through contested conditions. A lot of people just say, well, if we just read, we know. No. Those contested conditions, man. And I mean, man, that was some serious conditions, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, real talk.
Yeah. Cause I took the sisters back to the hotel, and I'm finna turn around ASAP and come back into this storm. Come back deep into them woods.
Yeah.
I ain't non-stop. And you hit my line as I was leaving out the parking lot. We on our way. We on our way. Okay. Cool, y'all. Safe. Come on, I'm here when you get here. But it was a very challenging said, it cracked me. He said, hey man, you can't make this up.
You can't make it
You
up.
can't make
And
this up.
and this or just I want to point out to come back. See, the one thing I tell you, a lot of people escape, chattel slavery, but they come back for others, man. And and again, I give you an example. To Minister U.E.P. Newton never met Field Marshal George Jackson face to face. They were several cells apart from each other. But the relationship, you know what I'm saying, and those contested conditions, you can't plan it. Okay, and we're gonna be down south. You know what I'm saying? The storm gonna hit. You know what I'm saying? But man, I met some of the best people in the worst conditions, man.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I heard. I say like you need some. I'm gonna see some of them plants, and hopefully, bro, we'll get together within the next, hopefully, bro, within the next couple weeks, and move forward with this health food thing we're putting together. You know.
Let's make it happen. I'm thinking. I'm flashing back now. I got hit with a cold, like a ulcer. I couldn't even move. I couldn't even stand up. I got hit with an ulcer down there too. And the brother, man,
Oh.
I couldn't even stand. I was out the game. Man, after I couldn't, I was out the game. You know what I'm saying? Hey, the brother helped us up, man. He got into moringa trees, all that. Man, we ended up having a discussion about health, everything. See, when you come, it's like man, I tell you, see, if you come in small minded, you know what I'm saying? It's a limit on where it can go. We end up having a discussion about health, moringa trees, everything. So you come in, like some cats meet a young lady or vice versa. The mind be limited, straight to the bedroom. Or you come in open mind, you never know what man. Sky's the limit. You know what I'm saying? What type of relationships, what type of growth, what type of advancements, what type of moves can be made. You know. And we connected, brother. We're gonna stay connected, man. I just, revolutionary shout out to yourself, Money Frazier, you know what I'm saying, and so many others, man.
It was meant to be.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, I ain't gonna tell you line up. Just reach back when once you settle down this evening.
Mandatory. Yes, sir, my brother. We'll do.
Yes, sir. Love and respect.
Love and respect. We live on the record on Freedom on Radio, y'all. Naked history, taking history, and taking history. We started at 7:50 that morning. Brother Rico Shy and others, man, they on deck. Rico Shy, this young brother here, man, he one of them cats in the hip hop arena, so on and so forth. And amongst other things. This cat has been touching down with an energy that's been right on. He says, when he tells me, Jeremy, what you be saying be on. He said, man, we eating it. We may catch me eating it up. But we gotta get it out there in all the arenas. Takari, others. I'm gonna say something real quick too, without going into too many details. It kind of spooks me sometimes when I talk about the love for this legacy and some similar situations I've had, good and bad. Sometimes at the Black Panther Party. Literally, getting ready for August 30th. Literally. I had one sister whose father, we just talking. And we had got the puppy, one of the Hampton, we lost a lot of, it's poison. A lot of the Hampton House hounds, the puppies. Out of a whole lot of 12, only two survived. And his one sister, her father was to get one on the East Coast. He didn't get it. He said he might wait for the next litter or whatever. Her brother got one. And we was going to puppies. I was like, damn, they going, so they dying. What's going down? Even Comrade Connor, we had one. And then when I really watched that when we lost that one. I said, damn, what's going on? I know some called back. Said, yeah, the other one we just lost this other one. I'm like, damn. So ironically, talking to this sister on the East Coast, who brother got one. Her father, she said, yeah, her father had slipped, and he had, unfortunately, he had made this transition. He was in the hospital, she's keeping us updated, wasn't looking good. He had passed, and she actually was talking about, they had to bury him Tuesday, and she was still talking about coming to Chairman Fred's street party on Wednesday, trying to make it. This individual we had met through doing a piece the front line of the Black Panther Party. Yeah, it was on. If y'all haven't seen it, go check it out. It's an interview, a piece that I think it was on ABC, I believe. And that to think about, to take that into account. Then I mentioned earlier, we had some situations. We was on the countdown, literally up to August 30th. Sister comrade, literally dealing with labor pains. And still making phone calls, still checking up on statuses of what he had was the proclamation that this happened, And you had to sit back and think sometimes. Damn. I had just, ironically, the sister whose father had passed, she had texted me today. She say, "I heard you did your thing. Keep shining." And I responded, "Correction, we did our thing, the people's thing." This is something that for people to be able to have something to believe in, to, what I'm saying? Not abstract. I'm talking about, man, this, I want to see like this some sort of abstract hero worship or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But man, tangible, concrete programs and people, to believe have something, and, and you can take it for granted, but to be deprived of that, I think back, as a child growing up, I think back at Stanley Tookie Williams' repass. I said something to the effect that we went to the hood, to the community. I said, Tookie Williams, co-founder of the Crips, that grew up in the climate like I grew up in. Deprived of organizations such as the Black Panther Party. Or they give you options. Boy Scout, banger. Your quote-unquote choice. Ain't people gonna get options? Democrat, Republican, Confederate, Yankee. These are your choices. To be able to be on a plantation and say, "Oh, I heard about." They say, "Well, the union is coming with some concessions. They're talking about this. They're talking about, you get this if you help fight for the union against Confederate, you get this." And to say, "Well, I take that as opposed to that," but then to be at a certain time, say, "Whoa, you heard something else?" You say, "What? No, I ain't. What you want, the blue or the gray coat?" I don't know, man. There's some cats running around here delivering some sermons that is able to take whatever concession they got. But man, this cat Reverend Nat Turner, it's a lady that's doing some spiritual. She's some different type of singing. It's a different dynamic. They really tap. You know what I'm saying? It taps into me. I can relate to it. Appreciate you as well, man. Man, right on. Free them all. Appreciate you as well. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Yes, indeed. Right on, come right, stand right on. We'll see if we got you. We'll see if we got you. Sure, I'll make sure. Dallas got hers on deck. We'll check and see if we got one for you. Give me May 38th. I'm dealing with comrade, no doubt. We on it. Who? Paulo. Brazil just tapped in. Brazil just tapped in. I'm thinking out loud when I'm talking to y'all. I'm gonna make sure I tell this story too about this cat, Corn Silk. Who came to the event, make sure I tell about him. Comrade Stan, even the consistency, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think back like the years, like comrades, look in the audience out there, the time when the crowd is sparse, sometimes the crowd packed right there in front of Ground Zero, 2337 West Chairman Fred Hampton Way. I think back on one of December 4th, International Revolutionary Day, when our comrades had stayed there. Comrade Lex, we stayed overnight in that building, the same location, stayed overnight there. And chopped it up, talked. We felt the beat, felt the energy, man. I remember going to Brazil. Actually, I just seen Deputy Chairwoman Sujeti, who's the chairwoman of Brazil, and the welcoming, the comrades, the people that we touched down in Brazil. I had said something to the effect when I got there, when they had, the favelas, going to favelas, and you remember, comrade, it was a big thing, the Black Consciousness Day, November 18th, when they talk about Zumbi Das Post Marlis, the courageous revolutionary had fought against, shook the British up, the Dutch shook them up, and people was talking about have divided the religious communities, the Muslims and the Christians, and the traditional was Yorubas or the traditional religions there, how they, saying, be careful, how we was able to touch down all these forces. I remember that. I remember us marching together. I remember that. And I said, man, talking about the Black Panther Party, the love they had for the party. And I said, you know what? I don't even think the genius of Minister U.E.P. Newton would be able to surmise, be able to assess the impact that those moves that they would have on the world. I mean, the ongoing, they're not speaking no English. You could see their chests stick out. The names they mention. Just don't tell people I don't. But Chairman, you be kind of speaking kind of fast. You be tell my sister, hey, revolutionary love, man, write black at her. Real talk. Real talk. Real talk. And I said, I ain't going for that. I said, because I just left our deputy chairman, Franco, in France. I met him when I first left the country with Minister Conversation, Pam Africa, Ramon Africa. I was talking, he pulled me out the crowd in France. This about 15, 20 years ago, probably. He pulled me out, he said, he could speak, he does not, to this day does not speak any English. He said, come on. And everybody was like, Chan, you know him? You going? I said, no, I don't know him, but I know him. I don't know him, but I know him. I said, I'm Roland. He took me to a place. We went through these different tunnels. And it's in France. Pam Africa's Minister Conversation, Pam Africa said, I've been coming to France 10 years. She said, Chairman Fred come over the first time, and he ends up in the ghetto. He took me down to a place that translated to the Golden Drop. It was all type of atrocities you could see, the French were, literally, you could see them engaging this, grabbing little boys and girls. All type of atrocities you could see. It was like the valley. And man, me and this brother, man, we talk with, man, you could see him you could see him struggling to communicate with me. We talking about everything. And when I say stuff, he catching like this. And I remember his, the veins in his head, we talking, we could see you could feel the electricity. We talking. And I seen him, I think about when former Minister of Information, Eldridge Cleaver, was describing how Minister U.E.P. Newton was coming up with that word pig. He said he was trying to figure out something that can transcend the race, the gender. He said, he's like Minister U.E., you see, he's stressing and struggling, you know what I'm saying? He said it came with that assessment pig. Something that people, saying the politics of that term. 10 years go by. I don't touch down the comrade for a while. Man, I get back over there again, man. So, I click right in with him, man, until we right back together. Then here we go again just recently. He was given a case, they say, supposed to try to tear down some racist statue in France. But man, some people, I don't care how long it is, you gone, you connect, you know where they at. And we connect right back up, you know what I'm saying? Our Deputy Chairman, Franco. They did the Chairman Fred Street's part of that. He don't speak no English. Communicate. We relate. Back to this, man. Y'all still travel with me. I know I'm going from here to there. Man, we ride. The breakfast, and how we gonna do this? People popping up with different dynamics to them. And see, this is why I get offended sometimes in a loving way. When people don't know the importance, I say, man, See, a lot of people, their way of organizing, this is a bourgeoisie characteristics. Stuff has to be noted for you directly. Like, like this is a lot of people. They like they don't see no pay in it. They, you know what I'm saying? They really can't relate to it. It's like like for real. They whole dynamic be like connected to the state pay, and that's a bourgeois. They can't see the benefits or even the harm that something can do if it's not state laid out. Thurgood Marshall, U.S. Supreme Court Thurgood Marshall. Yeah, he said he could not understand what was the big thing about Malcolm X. What did he bring? What did he contribute? Yeah, he said this. He's incapable of seeing that, of the impact that Malcolm had and does. He can't relate to even the impact of prisoners, just even reading a book of how Malcolm impacted people. Cannot relate. There's certain, the politics impacts how you view success, how you view defeat, victories. We fought for the Chairman Fred Street sign before in 2004. Technically, you look at it, oh, y'all lost. They didn't pass it. The contradictions that were how we heightened the contradictions, which contradictions were exposed, leaps and bounds. People got to go back and review themselves, review their leadership, review it. So damn, they have a trip. They can't have this person. Who am I relating to? You know what I'm saying? And that's to heighten the contradictions. You gotta be careful how you do it. It's like how they say biblically, when the grape leaves of the eyes of Adam and Eve. They said, damn, the motherfucker been running around here naked. Yeah. So it's been going, you know what I'm saying? You heighten those contradictions, you know what I'm saying? You be real careful with it. The stuff that you may take for granted that people see and know. You like, man, you heighten those contradictions. Man, this is a contradiction. And then you have to also say, how do you view it? What side of the question would you be on? And it's not that I struggled with a sister the other day. She said something to the effect of me. Well, yeah, Chairman, if you know better, you do better. I said, I beg to differ. I beg to differ. I said, in fact, that's a race arrogance and a class arrogance position. It's when you in these certain world, you can know this and that, know that. You can read these books. You don't know what triggers, what damage. There's, you know what I'm saying? There was certain, even me with fried foods. I've been in a situation recently where there was some grilled seafood there, so I know was more healthier for me. I literally went past that and grabbed the fried food. What connection I had? You know what I'm saying? You can read about, so you can know, say, okay, wait, man, you don't, I read a book, like, man, folks, okay, man, get your rest. You don't know what triggers me to wake up at 4:30 in the morning. When you come into contact with people, you don't know what passed, what's in the DNA, so on and so forth. To acknowledge that. It's kind of like even with alcoholics, they say a person won't be cured, but to be able to deal with it, to check that, to acknowledge that. And it's something I don't. I look at certain dynamics with me, with the impact of prison. I try to humble myself because something you can be like I tell people in a boxing ring. My first time in a boxing ring, I was held captive in a place, Galesburg, 1995. As a matter of fact, his truck was listening because his brother Goose, Earl Good. Make sure we got he's 75 years old. We working on getting him back out. Earl Good. I'll make sure y'all remind me to get his name out there. Matter of fact, I want to go on IDOC Earl Good. I want to get some letters to him. I'm gonna call Truck. Make sure about his case. But he was in the boxing ring, and they had tried to stop him from doing a boxing training. This guy got to be doing violations. How he was just knocking cats out. So I come in the gym, Galesburg, young brother from Waukegan. Big young brother, get in the ring with him. At the time, this brother, if he's 75 now, he got to be about, I've been locked up damn, maybe 50 something, close to 60. But I couldn't see why this young brother couldn't handle himself in the ring with his brother. I said, man, get back in the ring. He come out and say, Cham, you going? I said, oh, it ain't no thing. So I'm lacing the gloves up. So we get in the ring, and the boxing, similar to revolution, it's a science to it. I be talking about revolution and this abstract. So, oh yeah, I mean well. I said, you think about it, the insult to that, the insult to you doing people's lives, and the Black Panther Party. Had people just throw it, certain places, saying people throw it around like, oh yeah. I remember in George Floyd Square. I remember this lady actually said this a couple of years ago. We, everybody black is a Black Panther. I said, where could you sell this snake oil at? Who would take this seriously? They would say something of such absurdity. To say an organization that was targeted by the most powerful law enforcement entity in the world, that the director of the FBI said they were set to destroy, who would just flimsy to say such a statement? And I said, let me sit back and let this sit and see who relates to this. Back to this boxing analogy. So, get in the ring. And I'm watching, and the more emotion, more I'm throwing, he like a science. It's like, I'm beating myself, and the mat was like weight, like it's taking the feet, like it's taking the energy out of me, you know what I'm saying? And the 2 minutes was like, it's forever. And even the blows he was throwing, I couldn't even fall down. It was like keeping up, boom, boom, boom. And man, I remember coming back because I was in the old man wing then. All the old, they had took me from the young. First they put me with the youngsters in Unit 4, all the young reactionaries. These young cats were so reactionary. They ain't want they went in a shower with big old ginsu, big knives. They showering up, and they had put me over to these young cats. They thought this was gonna, yeah, he gonna shut up. They came back there seeing we having political education with these youngsters. Yeah, like clockwork on Sunday. These youngsters disciplined now to when we got them, man. We got 2 members from each organization that having PE. They said, oh, he gotta go. He has them. They moving from over there. And so we're gonna put around these old guys, put around all the old guys. Don Booney black gangsters, man, Goose, man, Red, all these legends. So I get over there with these cats. So now I go in the box ring, the box. I come back. Don Booney come out I remember he come out the laundry room thing. He see me all swole up. He say, man, oh hell, man, I could have told you, man. Yeah, you remember? So all they get to tell these stories. Remember when Goose got the title in '76? He knocked out such and such. So I said, man, I don't hear these war stories now. Man, y'all telling me I thought I got the ring. We laughed about it. We tripped about it. But I said I would never. It's a humbleness while even watching a fight. It's a humbleness of watching 2 minutes. It's a humbleness. You sit back and say, oh, people like, man, ain't number 2. Go another minute. The breathing, the dynamics to it, the science to it. I remember an event we went to in Pittsburgh. It was this nonprofit cat, you know what I'm saying? Now this cat had ran for false history that he was a member of the Black Panther Party. And like I said, they believed in this snake oil. And I watched, so the event that was there, it was an event that from the naked eye, you say, oh, this is a nice event. Everything, the stage, everything is a nice event. But it was no politics of the Black Panther Party. And you should have heard some people who didn't know, who had no, they like, oh, he does wonderful events. And if that's what you're saying, I'm cool with that. If that's how far I was gonna go, I'm cool with that. Now, if you come back and say, I went to McDonald's, their food, they serve their burger, the Big Mac, it comes out, man. They 2 minutes, you no long waits. I'm cool with that. The fish fillet, man, the fries, 2 seconds. Cool with that. Now when I have to cut you, is you start talking about, you start putting in context saying you went to such and such restaurant, and you saying how long it took for them. You went to this African, they for them to make this fish or this goat, how long it took. And I'm saying, wait a minute, are you putting this in the same context as the pre-made, the fish fillet, the hamburger? Are you putting these all in the same context of the Black Panther Party Cubs, the events that we had to do under contested conditions? That The counterinsurgency is continuing to attack. Whoa, nah, gotta go in now. To be, you start, saying you talk about anything you take into context. You talk about any genre, any field. You can never dismiss one that of race or class. You can't tell me. You can't ask me your favorite actor and just say De Niro or Denzel Washington, when negating the dynamics of race. Then you start talking about a revolutionary organization. Now we have to put that in context. Minister U.E.P. Newton said about the Black Panther Party, when in response to criticism from the Communist Party, he said, "We have been under more attacks in the last 3 months than you have experienced in your entire existence. We have been subjected to more attacks, i.e., imprisonment, assassinations, not to mention slander, than you have been in your entire existence." To put that in context. And I remember that I watched that thing, in Pittsburgh. I said, wow. And it's cool. See, clarity is something. Clarity is something. Had a recent situation. It was entertainers. And it was beautiful. And his young brother, he was at in the purpose of follow-up. And he was upset that the entertainers did not do some revolutionary acts. And I said, be cool, young brother. Be cool. He said, man, Chad, why you so passionate? I said, let me explain you why I'm so passionate. When I say I've been through a climate where people try to force people into something they are not. And you have these disappointments. Think back in a relationship. Be honest, Shakespeare said, to thyself be true. To thyself be true. Think back in situations you may have been in, brothers and sisters, maybe, saying how you view this, no. Instagram, my battery trying to down me, y'all. I'm going to try to hold it off. So, and then, I think there's a certain amount of, it's an old saying. They say, well, women, you heard that saying before. They say, well, oh man, I'm to the wrong chord. Got to be jiving me. Got to be jiving me. Well, man. Okay, Instagram. I'm gonna try to. I hope y'all. We got 30 more minutes. I might lose y'all. Man. Okay. I might. Y'all. Give us a minute. If y'all lose y'all on Instagram, y'all go to YouTube Live. We gonna have this stuff set up in a minute. You know what I'm saying? It's coming. They say, well, a lot of women, if the man just be upfront with him, they can respect that. And sometimes vice versa. Men say about women, just to be straight up, And as an individual, person may say, they can deal with that. But the deal is extenuating circumstances. Saying you have people, you know what I'm saying? Because you may have a situation like that person is comfortable with say, okay, this is how this goes. It's certain forces that be trying to tell you who they are, where they at, they not. But then you have those outside circumstances, saying, oh man, no, you ain't supposed to do this, so on and so forth. It sets up antagonistic contradictions. I am, man, a stage of clarity, man. To have that is a phenomenal feeling. Before we talk about even freedom, to have a clarity on what different forces are. You know what I'm saying? It's ironic that you asked that, Zam. I do the cap. As a matter of fact, somebody told me this. You get your own line. I'm going to do it. I'm going to come out with my own line, no doubt about it. Let me throw this out there too. If I lose Instagram. But let me tell you about this tour. Southside, 63rd, right on Ashland. The free breakfast. We pull up. man, indigenous comrade on their comrade condos on their feet, they thinking like, okay, and that's why I like a lot of people be complaining and on a you know what I'm saying structure, democratic centralism, you respect the leadership. However, your input forces is like last minute. Okay, man, Brother Barry, man, Ma May and Jerry, who weren't here physically, but you better believe they was there spiritually and politically, man. Man, the trickle down impact. He got the ride. He pick up. We got other forces. The wheels pick up. Pick the forces up. We need some assistance. Cousin Rachel, she come and she come, and Tanya. I mean, everybody just moving, picking up, moving and grooving. Rico, man, shot his brother. Go the other four. We get there, we pull up. I mean, everything. We bump, man. We in the car, Ross. We drive. We have a little minor fender bender. We turn around, man. How we gonna get it? We get there. Grab some donuts and some coffee. Grab some donuts and some coffee. We do what I'm saying. Forces popped on. Speak English, man. We do the free breakfast thing right there in front of the church. The church closed. We said, what do we do? We improvise. We improvise. This stuff ain't gonna be laid out. We get there, we leave there. Our next stop, the house of Emmett Till. We get there. We go there with we go to and Brother Milo. Okay? No doubt about it. No doubt about it. All these forces, man, the impact, the connection. So you could tell when people that if you ain't there, your respect it transcends other forces. We get to Emmett Till house, which, as ironically I said before, is across the street from my maternal grandmother's home. Where I grew up over there. I did a little time growing up over there. I moved around, and not no bad way. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this was like just just hanging out. My grandmother there, and that those experiences, I think, it impact you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, to be able to different places, and that when I go over there, we told stories about my grandmother, how she would give us this water with food coloring in it. We got green water, got red, all these different dynamics how to impact you. But I ain't know Emmett Till's house was there. On my paternal side, my grandmother, she babysitted Emmett Till. So we leave there. We go there. We gonna meet in another stop. We stop in. We go to David Calumet, where Jake Winters, Spurs and Jake Winters, was assassinated at. We defended himself. I must add. I gotta be clear. I make sure. I don't want to say, well, you didn't tell the whole story. He defended himself. Spurs and Jake Winters. 58th and Calumet, November 13, 1969. We go there, and after we leave there, stuff's moving so fast until it's crazy. Okay, man. We go to ground zero. Ground zero. Discipline. Clenched fist salute, 12 o'clock. Even when the height of the coronavirus on the pandemic, people saying, don't go over there, go do that. We said, now, I'm not gonna stop Mother Conrad from being over there if at least 15 Chicago pigs, they couldn't stop it from coming over there. Damn well, 1,000 horses, nobody can stop the coronavirus, going to stop us. So 12, the discipline. We got there, clenched fist salute. Well, like midway through the salute, our people still like, damn, how did this happen? The mayor of Chicago, Mayor Brandon Johnson, when they came, you had other elected officials there. You had so many masses of people deep. Commissioner Stamps, so many others. The Gardner family, countless of others, they there. When they come, when he comes, I'm speaking fast because I don't want to lose y'all on this live. Now you Mother Comrade know this was happening, but she played a role. So again, see structure. So I had her doing phone calls, didn't tell her, they respect it. A lot of times see, the state deals with a thing called like need to know basis. Yeah, need to know basis. And a lot of times we had to struggle with that in amongst us. And the proclamation, right there, to be designated August 30th, is Chairman Fred Hampton Day. Right there. Where's Red at? Where's Sid at? On Chairman Fred's 75th birthday. Solidarity statements go on. People, man, force them all over. We leave there. Go to the wall. What's the address? In China, they say you go to the Great Wall. Ain't no discussion. You know where to go at. We leave the wall. Take the group pictures, everything. Pictures steady popping up. We go to with the Spurgeon Jake Winters Medical Center, 16th and Springfield, the Free Medical Center. We go there. Acknowledge the history of the Spurgeon Jake Winters Medical Center. We moving. Sister Cassandra Greer and Dr. LaShawn get married to us. The brothers and sisters in Cook County Jail, the largest county jail in the country. The county jail which Gil Scott Heron talked about. The Cook County Jail in which Chairman Fred was held in 1969. They get word to us that these brothers and sisters are at the windows waiting on us at the Cook County Jail. We float there. We on the bus. We bus line moving. We go to Cook County Jail. They done move the people in the jails. They done move them away from the windows. Moving away from the windows. We out there, man. We right there in front of the Exact Division. We'll do the sheriff, Tom Darts, his administration, negligence. When the pandemic was at its height, Nicholas Lee lost his life. Cassandra Greer called him back to back. All this documented. She take us right there. We got the natives, right, the indigenous forces right there with us. We right there in front of them. Dr. Sean giving blow by blow what happened, and blow by blow of the continuous work that's happening to this day. Yeah. Man. So there's a lot of pain now. You got Jacob Blake, people, family steady coming in. Testimony steady happening. We leave there. We head to Proviso East High School. Get to Proviso East High School. Senior citizens, children, all at this place, waiting. We get there. They're playing some clippings of Judas Black Messiah. Speaking of which, the brother AJ Johnny Carr, who played in the movie, they, man, last minute his mother and them say up there. Cause they going to say, man, he couldn't make it. This situation, you know what I'm saying? I don't know about the writer's strike. It's impacting, you know what I'm saying, like a lot of the actors and stuff real heavy. You know, yeah, go look at even the movie. Go look what's going on with the writer's strike. They called it. He coming now, Johnny Carr. I forgot to mention even the movie. Go look what's going on with the writer's strike. They called it. He coming now, Johnny Carr. I forgot to mention that Ground Zero. Ground Zero. We still riding. We still on cloud million. We floating from, man. The breakfast is good. Like it's like the more stops you make, the more high people get. I'm talking about, man. Whew. And some people still they still buzzing. They like, did he say Chairman Fred Hampton Day? Like, a lot of people still go to county jail. People, I'm talking about, man. Force is still talking about this. Shaka King, the director of the movie, he pulls up. Right, the time, this I bet, I'm talking about, it was like, as I tell you, don't trip. You know, some people, well, we can give you the skeleton, but I can't tell you how the blood gonna flow, because the deal is a lot of times it's gonna be some stuff that we gotta move a different way. You know what I'm saying? We get the basic framework. We on the bus, we get called. Man, we didn't know the brothers and sisters gonna be in the windows in Cook County Jail. We had, this is, you said, man, get the call. They say, man, they say, man, they talked to Cassandra and Dr. LaShawn. They said, Cassandra Greer, they said, man, they in the windows. Brothers and sisters in Cook County Jail. They waiting. We'll tell the bus, man, hit the pedal to the metal, we rolling. The momentum is steady. I'm talking about back to back. Spring, 16th Springfield, and I'm to my man. We talking about the man, the beat, man. Chairman Fred say for the beat of the people, you can feel that shit getting harder and harder, man. The bus driver, he got politicized on the trip. It's a different bus driver. It's a different bus driver. Man, first we got on one bus, they tell me this big old price. We said, oh, hold on, we on the wrong bus. You turn, we got another bus. Man, we float there. We been going to Provals, the high school that Chairman Fred went to. Senior citizens, young people, youngsters all up in there. Man, I can't, Mike Africa, man, Philadelphia, man. My brother was singing, he gonna go in, man, because every time we get it, he always makes sure we eat good. So, and I am guilty of this, Mother Carmen said, Chan, when you be with people, make sure that y'all stop and eat something. I be moving so fast, I be forgetting about this here. And I got to make it up to him, man, because we was moving. Man, Mike Africa Jr., I'm talking, man. And before, let me say this real quick, I hope this phone don't down me. I'm so, man. Before Mother Comrade pulled up there, I pulled Mike Africa Jr. to the side. And we got this thing, I even Field Marshal Oakland, like he said, we gonna do this, and you know what I'm saying? We be tripping off of like, watch this move. I tell him, I say, man, Mama Cool don't know what's gonna happen. He said, what? I said, no, we laughing. Cause I'm seeing him in Philadelphia with his mother and father. I remember the day when they go get them out of jail. And that feeling to do, you know what I'm saying? So I'm telling him before the proclamation, I say, watch your face. So when we laughing, I'm looking at him, when Mayor Johnson comes to proclamations, we laughing. And we call it the nanny look. It's like my maternal grandmother says, look, she'd be surprised. Like she can't, we laugh at it because one time we went to this the meat market, all the meat there, and she like cooking. She went there, it's like, you all right now? And she couldn't even breathe. It's just so much meat, I don't know what to do. So it's a joyful feeling. To put this, you know, to have be a period we can have these conversations. So back to this, we still moving. Man, we go up in this Provals East High School, the senior citizens, these youngsters, man. We talking. This young brother walk up to me before I go in. As soon as he walk up to me, I say, he said, I've been looking for you. I say, Corn Silk, Stateville, 1998. He said, yeah. I ain't seen the brother since Stateville prison. I knew exactly who he was. I seen him. When he came in there, and the stories, man, the therapy, when he got to telling them stories, he asked a couple of questions. He reminded me of stuff that I guess I put in the back of my head. He talked about when they had me in the place one, like, and there's a couple of prisons, a couple of camps they done this to me. They had me in a hot box, a cell that was so hot. I remember being in just nothing but boxer shorts. I mean, just sweat drenching off me. They would tell, it was like the breaking process. They would say, you know, this would happen to you if you, and I remember Minority had me in one, and I would hear prisoners say, don't talk to him. They don't put you in the hot box. And I remember this brother walking up to and getting the message from me. I'm talking through the door to him, sweating. And he was telling about this story. And I was like hot when he was telling. When he was telling it. I was like getting hot. I'm like flashing back. I mean, the cases they gave us. I mean, man. Yeah, he told took me back on how them organizing things up in Stateville and other places though, you dig? And so then we left there. We went to Hampton House. And that's what they had gave us the seal. Mayor Maywood, Mayor Booker, it was right there. The seal on landmark stands with Hampton House. Man, I made this statement that when the generation, the old assembly said they look forward to growing up with a white picket fence. I said, well, these children gonna looking for a black picket fence. They had the black picket fence, and man, the people from all that, man, Inglewood, and it was good. Brother Ray on my block, and a lot of them on the block I grew up in Inglewood, they'd be, man, the Hampton House got you out there now. You ain't over here, man. They doing drive-bys, what they doing shooting, so on and so forth. And I said, man, I ain't over here, man. They doing drive-bys, what they doing shooting, so on and so forth. And I said, man, I be trying to be down to different places, but man, everybody came out there. It was phenomenal. It was phenomenal. It was phenomenal. Just and like Shaka King, we was laughing. So the comrade Daphne and others, we thought back to that time when Shaka King, Ryan Coogler, Charles King, Daniel Kaluuya, Dominic Fishback, remember all, man, the cast and so many others, man, had sat at the Hampton House. I mean, dialoguing. And no water, no heat. And Shaka King was like, man, and not only the Hampton House, the houses around it, see, that house next, that eyesore that was next door, my cousin that died in the fire, it was sitting there for 45 years. They wouldn't touch it. The landmarks that up the ante, you know what I'm saying? Shaka King, like, this is the same block, same neighborhood. We say the Hampton House is more significant in the structure and bigger than the building. And man, it was phenomenal feeling then. It wasn't over yet. We missed the stop at the Hampton House Garden, which is on 11th now. And you get the pictures of that. Excuse me, look on the Crystal Garden's page. She took some recent pictures over there at the Hampton House Garden. We end up going over there to the area, to the pool, the aquatic center, where the pool is closed. But the update, matter of fact, this Friday, y'all, I think it's this Friday, the Maywood Fest. I've been asked about the Maywood Fest. Come through there, they're supposed to be revealing the gate, the pictures of Chairman Fred, like a timeline right there. And this gonna be until they're still working on getting the pool open. But come out there and see that. That's gonna be the Maywood Fest. That's this Friday, I believe. That's this Friday. Then what else we do? Man, it was phenomenal. Then y'all seen we at the beach. They've been having after parties to Chairman Fred of the Black Panther Party. The momentum is still going on. So that to have that Maywood, Chicago, the seal, the official day, phenomenal. So I know this, I might lose y'all on this energy on this Instagram, y'all, but phenomenal. I'm gonna post this one, but man. Happy Chairman Fred Hampton Day. It was a phenomenal day, y'all. Phenomenal. And again, revolutionary appreciations to all the comrades. And I'm not saying there's no cliches way, y'all. Don't take it for granted. To the people that came, the ones who didn't make it there physically, with your input, your energy, all that played a key role. You know what I'm saying? Pulling this off. And again, let's keep on up and ante, y'all. It's a hell of a climate. And, we connect this climate with the climate of even, I was talking about even after Shakari, make sure you say her name correctly, Richardson. The sort of advocacy revolution. You can't talk about the 60s, detaching it from the type of dynamic, the type of discussion that was going on, the type of movies that was being out. You can't talk about that negating type of athletes, the type of just seeing. I watched something with Jesse Ventura, the wrestler who was the mayor of Minnesota. He said something to the fact that they said, man, Ali, he said, man, when he gave up, he said, you know what he had? And to be the championship, see, the hit, to see that, I said, man, and this is Shakari Richardson couldn't come in, no better other time, no worse or no better time. I'm talking about the images with girls. Look at the images they giving, you know what I'm saying? The Sukihanas and the sexy red, the lyric, what they tell, man, this sister here, I'm talking about, man, the image of her, you know what I'm saying? And even when she Hanas and the sexy red, the lyric, what they tell, man, this sister here, I'm talking about, man, the image of her, you know what I'm saying? And even when she was inclusive for her, how they deal with the other sisters from Jamaica and all, you know what I'm saying? And so don't get it twisted. Don't think that we just, when people is posting up pictures, that even the people can't sum it up. This ain't no love for America. Don't get it twisted. She's tapping into something that's innate in the people. You know what I'm saying? You can the court. You know what I'm saying? Man, the way her man, and you and a lot of y'all can't understand. A lot of people, they like the lady in the movie Get Out. Well, she couldn't understand none of the language that black people were speaking. When they asked her, when she asked her, will the world say this in Chicago? So will the world do she talking about the roots. You know what she's talking about. When she walked past certain media, some people ain't clear what she's talking about. That's a statement. It's a connection to our community, to our people. And I tell you don't have those. You have these entertainers, these athletes, these representatives who if they wanted to, they couldn't connect to us. If they wanted to, majority of them, they don't want to. They become black when it's beneficial, play Panthers, when it's profitable, and Cubs when it's comfortable. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But man, to see even unapologetic, you know what I'm saying? Her, even the brother, can't recall the brother's name, the boxer brother just won to fight. Even his family. I mean, I think to connect with our people is something that you're told don't do. Even in the electoral political arena, to have, you know what I'm saying, mayors of respective cities, you know what I'm saying, to have, you know what I'm saying, mayors of respective cities, you know what I'm saying, trustees, and, you know what I'm saying, commissioners, to acknowledge Chairman Fred. And it's not that you know what I'm saying, people say, oh man, no, that you need that to be, no. The type of movies, these are discussions that a lot of us, you know what I'm saying, that we have to have, you know what I'm saying, because like Park talked about, we know in school they say, don't say Malcolm X, say Dr. King. No disrespect to Dr. King, but it's we're given, and then even the ones they give us, they sanitize them. They get through with it. You be like, man, you ain't recognizing them. You think Dr. King made one speech? That's it. That's all. You start hearing some of the dialogue with him, you like, this guy was intelligent. He talking about this and that. Why? What did he say about Vietnam? What did he say about? You say, whoa. To open the door, man. So let's seize the time, you know what I'm saying, to have, you know, I look forward. August 30th was Chairman Fred Hampton Day. I seen his brother put up on his page yesterday. He said, man, he's by the wall. He says, Fred Hampton Day. I couldn't hold it. I said, man, you can go and say Chairman Fred. It's legal now, man. Come on, man. Struggle with yourself. And I look forward to next August 30th. At least from the black community in particular, the people in general, but the black community in particular, had the flags on their car, light blue and black. This is Chairman Fred. Flags waving down the car. Had the Mexicanos with Cinco de Mayo. When they ride with them flags, with them brothers, them different forces and different communities, you know what I'm saying? They on Puerto Rican Day. How you see them Puerto Rican flags? All the girls, the guys, everybody. I was with this young brother the other day. I said, man, you ain't. He said, no. I said, man, it's even the Juneteenth, it's sanitized. It's sanitized. You want the mass something. Look at a pride with different communities on them days. You be like, you look back, you like, damn. It's a reverence that calls for, like, get out the way their cars coming through. When they pull up, you know what I'm saying? It's a respect that you know all them cats can't tell you the history of Cinco de Mayo or why the Puerto Rican Day parade on this day, but it's an atmosphere where at least their children or people around can say, man, let me check into this. Let me when I see that flag, I can relate to. We want them Chairman Fred flags high on August 30th. Every day, December 4th also, but August 30th. That people can relate to someone that's cut from the cloth that they come from. Come to the Hampton House. Come see it. Talk about it. We got a curriculum at the Hampton House with the Jews and Black Messiah that we came out with. Let's up the ante. Let's up the ante. Let's also fight for clarity. Let's struggle for it, y'all. Revolutionary love, respect. I'm thinking We'll close out because I know I got this. I was concerned about his phone gonna die, but it's been A. It's been A. It's right on going to the corner, get the water. We'll keep on swinging, y'all. Happy Chairman Fred Hampton Day, y'all. Let's continue to make history, take history, and tape history. Make sure before I cut off, ain't no callers. Well, y'all got the 708-223-8953 before we click out. Well, we're going to click out, y'all. We're going to come on out. Keep your heads up, eyes on the fist clench, y'all. It's an honor to serve. Happy Chairman Fred Hampton. Hashtag that, y'all. Happy Chairman Fred Hampton Day. Yes, indeed. Free them all, veterans. Good y'all came in the building. Good to see y'all there. August 30th, 2023. Repost it. We're going to get the proclamation put up there, too, so I'm put it up there. Take a picture of the seal, the Maywood.